Hello everyone. I'm level 36 and welcome back to Stationeers. Here on Vulcan, we've got some work to do. The biggest thing is I realized, I'm a big dumb. My phase change cooling setup, well, it theoretically does work. I used water, which A, is a pretty precious resource here. Also, I have a trigger here. Don't mind that. But B is, while in theory a good coolant, in practicality, absolutely sucks for what I'm trying to use it for. And, like I said, kind of a precious resource. Don't want to use a ton of it. So, yeah, no. Today we're going to try and recover as much water as we can from the loop. Theoretically, nothing should have escaped, but I don't know if we're going to be able to necessarily, like, vacuum it all out fully, but we'll try. And replace it with pollutant, because pollutant is just so much better of a gas to use for this purpose. And that mostly has to do with, so explanation time. I saw some comments about it that water was really dumb to use. I was like, well, yeah, I know I don't have that much water, so it's kind of dumb to use it, but it's theoretically the best for the application that I want to use it for. But then I jumped into a testing world to do some experimentation and found that it really wasn't that good of a coolant for what I'm trying to use it for. And I think I know part of the reason for that. So if I open up Stationpedia and just go to water, right? So, right, we were going with, hey, it can exist at a liquid at super high temperatures, up to, let's grab Celsius again, up to about 400 C or 360 C or 343, 370 C. There we go. Jeez. So we can get a pretty high temperature with it. The problem is that the temperature we're trying to cool it to, around 20, is right at the bottom of where water is able to cool to. And realistically, that means we're going to lose efficiency. I'm pretty sure. This is what I saw in my testing world, at least. We're going to lose efficiency as we get closer to this point. It's just losing the ability to have any thermal lift at that point. So it just wasn't working very well. I set up in a creative world the same thing I have here, minus a few. I didn't set up atmospheric units. I just set up a whole bunch of tanks, connected to a whole bunch of radiators, connected to this. And what I found is I left the water loop running. Like, I filled it all the way up. Left it run for about 4 days on Vulcan, and it never really made any progress. It didn't really cool things down too well. It started off doing great, but then as it got closer and closer, or not even really that close, but we just started losing efficiency very quickly. And then when I switched the loop out with pollutants, because pollutants can cool so much more or so much colder, right? We can go all the way from 152 down to negative 94. If I set my pressures to push pollutants to really cold, it was able to actually really cool the loop. And we got some pretty good work done in just one night. Also, I have a lot more pollutant on this planet because the air is made of it. So we don't have to worry about using as much of it up. So let's grab our water canister. Let's grab a blue liquid. Is there a pump? Liquid volume pump. And see if we can rescue as much water as we can. I do hope everyone's having a good day. Let's see. Like, as we can see, this is only moving 180 joules. Also, it's daytime out, so I really shouldn't hang out here. Man, all this stuff's going to be in my way. Let's run inside, because I don't want to chew through a bunch of oxygen and power right now, but we'll do that here in a second. Let's do some cleanup on the inside as well. So, base is kind of a mess. It's been a mess. I'm sick of having all this reagent mix, so I think we're finally going to make a centrifuge. Fairly cheap. And while, yes, it does use a lot of power, we've been okay on power for a little while now, so I'm less worried about it. Just iron. This way we can finally take care of all these stupid, dirty ores that we bought and reagent mixes that we've made over time that were complete wastes. So, yeah, it'll be another thing taking up space, but I think I'm going to try and pack it in the corner here. I think we need to start work on, well, our next project. So there's a couple of things that I want to do before we build the big base, before we build our main station. Because remember, this is just a temporary station. Not meant to be good. It's just meant to be barely functional, if that. I guess we could theoretically just put this up higher. Man, that's ugly, but as long as I can get to the switch. Move this stuff out of the way. What do we need? Steel sheets. I have some? Yeah, I do. Welding torch. There we go. Now just power. Let's clean up our toolbar as well a little bit. All right, centrifuge set up. Let's start getting this stuff processed. Not going to set up a chute for now. I will eventually, but for right now, I'm okay. All right, it's nighttime out. Let's go. All right, so we need hand drill, or no, wrench. Rip that out. Let's grab our pump. Plumb this stuff in. Okay. And then we need to wire it in as well. There we go. Let's grab our liquid tank and start trying to fix this mistake. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. We don't have any liquid water in our network. Great. Let's turn you off. Or no, we need you to... You're not condensing. I'd like the condensation chamber to condense as much water as we can. I think we just need to evaporate a bunch more of it. Means we need to adjust your settings. Set you to 0. Good to start to choose through that. And then if we also, just to be sure, cut that connection off, that should mean that we no longer have any water returning to the loop. You're just going to evaporate all of it, condense all of it, pump it into this tank. And do some good cooling at the same time. This is the effect that we were going for, but water was not the way to do this. This needs to be substantially hotter than the temperature we're trying to evaporate to. I think that was part of the problem. This is condensing everything. That should be collected. Almost a liter. Now, I don't think we'll get everything back, but we should try and get as much water back as we can. I do hope everyone's feeling well. I guess I didn't say that at the beginning of the video. I'm definitely feeling a bit better than I was back when I made my last video, so that's good. See, the temperatures just climbed right back up on this. Because these are... higher temp. Oh, it's not sure what to do. It's evaporating and freezing at the same time. This isn't condensing anymore. This might be about as much as we can get back. But we'll leave it run for a second. I'm going to run inside because it's getting to be daytime out again. I should also try and make the new suit at some point. I think it's called the harm suit. This is just a giant hot water bottle right now. It's very slowly going to cool down. We need more CO2 in here, so let's grab... I don't have my CO2 canister with me. Let's go grab that, because I don't want my plants to die. One is my CO2 canister. No, I have one somewhere. Is it you? Oh, yeah, you're already full. Okay. Nice. Ooh, potato seeds. Good. And fern seeds. We will need some more of those. Should be able to just plug you into there. I should add a pump to this so I can transfer that water a little easier. Alright, let's do that real quick. Another liquid pump. And we need iron. Gold. So yeah, I was talking about some stuff we have to set up before we get started on the main base. The last big thing that I really think I need is a advanced furnace. So that's the need item. Now, it's not necessarily the last thing I'd like before we get started on the big main base area. I'd really like to have a... did I not grab the pump? Jeez. Duh.
Hydration critical.
Grab some water while we're in here. A deep miner, at least one, just to provide a consistent trickle of whatever ores are in this area. I don't know. I hope they're... oh, no, there it is. Okay. I hope they're good ones, but I guess I'll find out. Oops, that's not the way I want that. I hear the wind turbine blades are chopping again. I wonder if it's a storm. I'll switch some insulated pipes in here, because that's all I've got right now. And then cabling. It's getting cramped in here. There we go. Awesome. Now we can transfer some more of that water back. Alright. Let's head on out. Oh, it's not storming. Yeah, I don't think we're getting anything else back. I don't even think. Maybe if we zero it out, but I doubt it. No. Alright. Open that up, unfortunately. Then solve that to atmosphere. Sad, but necessary. And do the same over here. Okay. We'll grab as much water as we can from this, and then set up our pollutant side of the house. Man, this base is I don't think my Mars base ever looked quite this messy. Well. Oh, I don't need that right now. Still a lot in there. I'm feeling taking it as steam would probably be better, but I think I've gotten as much as I'm gonna care to get right now. Have to pay for my mistakes somehow. Luckily, we have a good amount of water still. We recovered some of it. Harvest our potatoes so we can restart the grow cycle. Gotta set up a potato cooker. It's microwave somewhere as well. Temperature's still good. Awesome. All right. Frozen potatoes. Turn these off. So let's go. Sun's still kind of going down. Let's make sure my power's doing all right. Yeah, it's doing fine. We can throw in our next bit of reagent.
Air tank low.
Fill up my air tank.
Air tank critical.
So for deep miners now, so since the update, they don't all just produce everything. We have to know what terrain we're in. Iron, gold, copper. We have all of that. Let's put it all back. Iron, gold, copper is the one we're doing the worst on. I think this will tell us what is available in our region. We take our favorite tool, the tablet. We can see what region we're in and what is available here. Let's grab our tracker cartridge as well, just in case. Let's kind of go see if we can find... Do we have any flags? Yeah, we do. See if we can go find some stuff that we want.
Hunger caution.
I don't actually know how big each region is. Man, it's hard to navigate at night. Right now we only have silver and gold. So, like, gold's not bad, right? I don't mind that. But it'd be nice to have iron, because that's really, you know, for large construction projects, what you need the most of. Although ultimately, just, you know, mining on Vulcan is not terribly difficult, because there is a lot of cracks in the ground. Given the fact that we haven't found a new region yet. Starting to think that maybe they're a little larger than I initially thought. Crap. Alright. Okay, this... We can stand on the lava rocks, but we just can't stand in lava. Alright, let's focus on our task at hand. Air conditioning. First and foremost, or not air conditioning, but gas cooling, I guess I should call it. I think, honestly, with just a sensor lens, we'll be able to get as much ore as I really need. Not like you guys have to watch me mine either. I cut all that out. So I'll probably just gather a whole bunch of resources. But essentially my plan is what I'd like the end state of this series to be, and it might take a little longer than the Mars series did, is I'd like to launch a rocket as not the ultimate goal, but as a stepping stone towards scanning the planet to find the good deep miner regions, and then why is my brain just completely not working? Once I know where the good deep miner regions are, setting up outposts in each of those regions to gather resources and ultimately sell it all, make a ton of money. I'd like to set up a full, like, runway-based trading platform, do a bunch more stuff this time. Let's see. Grab screwdriver. Alright. Or not screwdriver. So. Yeah. Leave that there for now. Set this up with pollutants. We have a tank full of pollutants right here. We have a pipe full of pollutants right here. we need to connect this pipe right here. So I do actually need some more stuff. I need a one-way valve, a couple one-way valves, and maybe a volume pump or two, because I don't know how much pressure is in this. An okay amount, but not great. We're also maybe going to need some more volume of coolant gas, and we should probably vent all of this. Because we are going to use pollutant, the range in which it will work is a lot smaller. So the pressure regulator, pressurant valve. We want to go from liquid. Oh, good, we have one. We still need some regular valves though. But yeah, we have to be, just like with our regular air conditioner, we have to be a little bit more careful about how warm the tank is. Valve. That should be enough. We have a volume pump. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Cool. Get this going. What do we have left in there? Bunch of pollutants entering, or liquid pollutants condensing in the system. Whoops. Alright. We want stay. One-way valve here. Let's grab a volume pump real quick. And grab our back pressure regulators. Keep that in there for a second. Doop, 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 doop. You might need a little bit more pipe. Dang it. No. I just need like 2 more seconds. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Something's unhappy. You? Yeah, it's you. Alright, well, we'll let that burst. It probably, hopefully, won't do anything bad. Oh, we're pressurizing, that's why. I had that switched the wrong direction. Duh. Pay attention. Alright, we need some more pipe work. Dang it. That. Maybe I actually set up a real airlock. It would save me so much trouble. I need insulated pipes. I only need like 2 of them. But we'll grab some more and let's put back our extra stuff we don't necessarily need right now. Should be enough. It's daylight out, but we'll be quick. Let's get this started. You a little bit happier? Yeah. Okay. We condensed 103 liters of pollutants. Jeez. Pollutants definitely is something we gotta be a little bit more careful with, but I think we'll be fine. Didn't blow up in my testing world. One of the things we'll need is purge valve. When to start. There we go. Cable. No. Set this at right there. All right, let's set up our system. We'll pause it real quick so we can work. So we need pollutants. So for this, obviously, we're going to just set our this pressure, the condenser pressure to max. That works. Then we're going to actually set our evaporator pressure to, I think, let's go for about 3,000 kPa. So let's set you there. Max you out. All right. Now we have no coolant gas, so we can't start this off until we have plenty of coolant gas, but we need to vent all this stuff. We'll let this vent for the rest of today, and then once it's cool again, we'll get started and hopefully cool down our gas. I also have to figure out something to do with this bloody waste gas. I don't want to vent it, so for now I've just been swapping out tanks. This one's full of waste. There's another one kicking. That one's full of waste. Because there's a lot of O2, like a lot of O2 in these.
Hunger critical.
All right, let's eat some food. See how our plants are doing. All that good stuff. Oh, that's different. Do we not need data disks anymore? Oh, I didn't see that in the patch notes. Granola bar.
Hunger caution.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Oh, bloody hell. Is it already... Man, we process through this stuff so fast. I need to, like, actually pump some pressure into this. It's getting dark out. Perfect. Perfect timing. Well, no, it's not. I just was blind. It's alright. We'll survive for a moment. No, give me that back. I want a volume pump. Yeah. All right. Decent amount of CO2 in here. Like maybe about 100 moles. All right. Run back inside. Now, we gotta be a little careful because I don't want to just like absolutely flood the room full of CO2. But a little crack didn't make it too bad. Yeah, you were fine. A little bit more. You also have to watch the temperature. There we go. You happy now? Fern seeds. They are happy now. Switchgrass seed, switchgrass seed. Awesome. Plant another fern. Throw that one out there. We are good. All right. Well, just gotta wait for the sun to go down, so I'll be back in a second once that's done. Don't want to drag this out any longer than it needs to be. Actually, wait. Let's check our centrifuge. A whole bunch of iron and lead so far. Where's all that dirty ore that I bought? Oh, it's probably still in the trade station. Eh. Let's get rid of the stuff that's on the inside first. It'd be full of some good stuff, though. Alright. This will take a minute. Alright. And it's dark out. Time to go get this working. Let's see if we can cool some gases. Alright. We're just vacuuming out the last little bit of this. Realistically, it's probably fine. But I do want to get kind of a fresh start. Recover some wire while I'm here, though. Let's check to make sure everything's set up. So we've got this. Got this. Let's, Oh, Tom's not set up. Okay, we found something. Now we should be able to pump some atmosphere, or not atmosphere, pump some pollutant into our cooling stack. Get a decent amount of pressure going here. Let's also turn both of you off for now, but open this valve up. I'm gonna get about 5 MPa going in here. Are you doing? Getting down to the last little bits. So the first thing, because we only have this as a gas right now, we're going to need to condense it first in the condensation chamber. How's there still water in here? There shouldn't have been any water left. Okay, well, that's another thing to fix. Alright, that's good. Grab my wrench. Rip out all this piping. No more water. Right? Nothing. I think I probably didn't remove some piece of this. No more water. Good. Last littlest bit. I've noticed that if you don't fully vacuum out the tank, even with just such a small amount of gas left over, the temperature swing is a lot less than you'd think it'd be. So that is why I'm waiting to vacuum this out completely, as dull and boring as this is. Let's just do some other checks. We're all good there. We're all good there. These are all set up. Got plenty of pressure in there. I will say, on my testing world, I had this set up with a big vent, and it was substantially faster. Although at a certain point you get throttled by the amount that can travel through pipes. I guess in theory we can turn this on. Not that it's going to do anything right away, but it'll certainly pressurize it. Maybe need some more gas going. We are condensing a little bit. Right, that means we can turn this on. We are evaporating things. Could mean our temperature's going down. Although probably not, because this is... Well, that's a one-way valve. It shouldn't be letting anything through. That's 105, that's 125. We are pumping gas into it, though, so that makes sense. How's our efficiency looking? Not great yet. I don't really know how this is condensing anything, because the temperature, there is no temperature sink, but yeah, I'm not going to complain. It's working. Not fast enough, though, because we are running out of liquid pollutant. Probably going to want that below 5 MPa, because I think at around 5 it starts to condense. Like, we do have some condensation just in that pipe now. As we get to a colder temperature, that will become a problem. Are you empty yet, you stupid piece of crap? Come on. The absolute last dregs. And it's becoming daylight out, which means I can't fill this up. Ugh. One more night. Hopefully nothing explodes. Turn you off for now. Empty. Just slightly too late for when I needed it to be. You're not condensing anything anymore. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Everything's fine. Everything's perfect. It's good. It's fine. All right. Just another half hour to wait or so. Ugh. Sometimes we get a little bit annoyed. Power's doing okay. Looks like we might need some more. Just want to be aware of it, because I don't want my centrifuge here to just draw the whole base down to nothing.
Air tank low. Air tank critical.
Checking our plants. Good temperature. Everything's fine. I guess we can make... Yeah, while we're here, let's just make a... I think either we have or we can make a table. Hey, we have one. Back on the wall. Yeah, it's weird. I didn't realize that it switched. I mean, I'm not saying I'm sad. The data disk was kind of a pain in the neck. Let me get my stuff out of the way here. This is getting quite cramped. Probably do with some more storage. Microwave. Then we use a wrench to install our microwave. There's those potatoes. Oh, I must have left them on the outside. On our first Vulcan grown food. That guy's looking all depressed. Baked potato! Aren't you happy, friend? We finally have more baked potatoes, our favorite food. Not really, but it'll do. They processing through that CO2. Which means we are making more O2. Like, we have more than we started with now. I don't know if it's enough, but it's more. We theoretically could suck a little bit of environment out of this room and have extra O2 than what we started with. Alright. It's like high noon. I want to get this going. So here's the deal. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to wait for the sun to go down. I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm going to make some shelves so we can clean up this place just a little bit. So I'll be right back. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to do some organizing. See y'all in a minute. All right, it's night. I did some neatening up. I built another painter here. Started to clean some things up. I do still have a data disk, but I don't know if it actually does anything anymore. So we'll keep it just in case. Actually, I'll put it... I noticed that with the way I have these walls oriented, the upper containers don't really play nice, but this is just a battery box, so that's fine. We'll throw the data disk in there, and I'm sure I'll forget about it and never notice it again. Let's head out and see if we can get this going. All right. Empty. It's cold. Turn on. Turn inwards. Should start to see. Turn you on. Ooh, that is what we like to see. Look at that temperature drop. Moving kilojoules of heat right now. This, I think, wants just about 2 liters of liquid to be happy. with its running condition. So let's pump some more pollutants in. Just a bit more. See, we're condensing. This temperature is going down, which in turn should be starting to cause this temperature to go down. Kind of flickering back and forth right now, but we should see it start to drop. As long as everything in that line is considered insulated. I really hope it is. That would make me feel really dumb if I'm just like losing temperature somewhere random. Well, it would be a lot hotter if I was, I feel like. I'm gonna assume it's working. Uh-oh. What's unhappy? Oh, these are getting high pressure. That's why we put this here. So it might sound unhappy, but we're just close. So let's close this valve off. I think the system is just about as charged as it's going to get. Let's see. We're moving almost 10 kilojoules of heat over to here. You're getting unhappy now, but that's okay. Now this is up to 137. If we look at pollutant, we can go up to 152. Ideally, we'd set up a script to manage this, just like we have up top, but we can do this manually for now. Well, I mean, all it would take is another IC housing and to set up essentially the same thing with a gas sensor, but that is fine. So our liquid temperature is 127, our gas temperature is 103, our output temperature is 93, and our world's getting hot. Our volatiles are starting to come down in temperature. Our CO2 is coming down in temperature. And our pollutants are coming down in temperature. Slowly but surely. But we're below ambient now on most of them. All but the volatiles right now. If we want this to stop screaming, we can just set this like a bit lower. There we go. No more screaming. It's happy now. So obviously this is limited by how much temperature we can transfer over here, which, obviously right now we're getting pretty close to that limit because 152 is our top. That's why I said we may want more volume. So I may get a big tank and replace that with the big tank so that we can keep a lot more gas. But for now, it's still working, although it's slowing down. But yeah, this is successful. We swapped it out with pollutants. It's actually functional. We're actually cooling stuff. Let's go back up. Now I'm kind of starting to get worried that these are not actually temperature sealed. No, it's going down. I think it's going down. But we can switch this back to output mode so we can dump this hot gas, which in turn should maybe cool it down a little bit and enable our system to continue working at maybe slightly higher efficiency. But yeah, this is functional now. We have a pollutant-based AC system. Woo! Hooray. Oh, it was a bit of a fight to get here. But luckily, we're finally here. So, tune in next episode when I think we're going to probably work on, I've been avoiding it, but the advanced furnace next episode. So, see you then. Bye.